Rồi thì Edusa thì luôn luôn tự hào là cái điểm đến mà quen thuộc và cũng như là tin cậy của tất cả các quý phụ huynh cùng các bạn học sinh, đặc biệt là đối với những bạn học sinh mà đang quan tâm đến du học Mỹ, Ca và Úc, Anh. Và hiện tại bây giờ thì trong cái thời điểm bây giờ thì có thể là các bạn học sinh nhà mình thì cũng có nghe được một vài thông tin là hiện tại bây giờ thì đa phần thì tất cả các nước ví dụ như là Anh, Úc, Canada thì đang có một vài cái chính sách, đó là siết visa. Tức là cái visa nó hơi thay đổi một chút về process của visa thì nó đang hơi bị khó khăn một chút. Còn hiện tại bây giờ thì Mỹ thì từ xưa đến giờ cái chính sách thì luôn luôn ổn định. Đó là lý do mà tại sao hiện tại bây giờ cái nhu cầu cũng như là các bạn học sinh nhà mình thì cũng đang có một cái nhu cầu lớn quan tâm về du học Mỹ. Thì ngày hôm nay thì Edusai cũng có mang đến cho cả nhà mình một cái mục bang mà chắc chắn thì ai nói đến nước Mỹ thì đều biết cái bang này là bang nào hết, đó chính là bang New York. Và ngoài ra thì mình cũng sẽ giới thiệu một trường đại học nằm trong top của bang New York luôn. Thì ở đây tham gia buổi Zoom ngày hôm nay của chúng ta thì cũng có cô Xenia và Vân Anh, và chị Vân Anh là đến từ trường University of Buffalo. Chị Vân Anh và cô Xenia ơi.
Okay, so chị bắt đầu được đúng không Thủy?
Yeah, đúng rồi ạ. Em tạm dừng cái chia sẻ để chị chia sẻ màn hình nha.
Okay, so Cynthia, can you share the PowerPoint? So I will say hello in Vietnamese to all of our audience, and then I will hand over to you. Okay. Trước tiên thì chắc là nếu như các bạn nào đã join những cái buổi webinar trước đây của Edusa rồi thì chắc cũng đã biết mặt chị rồi. Thì chị xin tự giới thiệu một chút, chị là Vân Anh, đại diện của Tập đoàn Giáo dục Shoreline Mỹ. Và ngày hôm nay thì đồng hành cùng với chị sẽ là cô Cynthia đến từ một trường đại học rất là danh giá, là trường đại học University of Buffalo thuộc hệ thống SUNY rất nổi tiếng của New York. Và ngày hôm nay chị tin chắc chắn rằng các bạn sẽ rất hứng thú với cực kỳ nhiều thông tin bổ ích tới từ trường đại học Buffalo. Học bổng nhiều và đặc biệt là học phí sau học bổng còn rất là ít thôi. Trường ở ngay New York, trường ở New York, và đặc biệt là có rất là nhiều những cái ngành học ranking rất là cao. Thì không để cho các bạn chờ lâu nữa, bây giờ chị sẽ nhường lại sân khấu, nhường lại diễn đàn cho cô Cynthia để cô có thể sharing thêm cho các bạn cực kỳ nhiều thông tin về trường đại học Buffalo. Cynthia, we can't wait to your presentation about University of Buffalo. So we do hope that today you will present so many helpful information for Vietnamese students in terms of like top ranking majors, scholarship, and the very affordable course after scholarship.
Thank you. Hello, xin chào everyone. I did bring Buffalo with me. So you can see there's a little coat that he's wearing. So my name is Cynthia. I'm from University at Buffalo, the State University of New York. I'm actually in Ho Chi Minh City. I'm not sure where everyone's in now. Maybe some of you are in school, in class, or some of you may be in office, really depends. So I'm going to introduce myself a little bit. I have a very international background. So I was one of the international students like yourself, studying abroad, working abroad for many years now. And I did my high school bachelor and master degree in the US. One other thing is that today I'm going to showcase about University at Buffalo. University at Buffalo is in Buffalo, New York. It is very interesting. A lot of students ask, Buffalo, is that a cow? What is it, right? So I think it's very interesting. Every time I bring the buffalo here, and they know this is the signature and they know where to find us. So we are in the Buffalo, New York. So as you see here, we about a little bit distance from New York City by flight for an hour. It's the second largest city after New York City. So a lot of students like, oh, I want a place that has fun. It's a city life and also have a green campus, the American campus. They find this is a very safe, very peaceful place to be focused on their study. And I think this is why our especially Asian students are choosing it because of the location, and also they have a lot of opportunity for us. We say Buffalo is the passport to the world. So of course, when you travel to us, this is where we're gonna enter, and we are very happy the student with us to continue their journey. One thing is Buffalo is a 4-season weather. So it is definitely something that students are very looking forward to. And I know my student is like, oh, I really like fall, spring, summer, and winter, because something that different than Vietnam. Because I know students like, oh, winter here is like the last couple of days, it's cold, but I want to see something different, and also taking pictures. And actually the last couple of days, I see there's a lot of high school student tourists. They have been like taking pictures and they like the background. So we have a particular area for our students. So here you can kind of get an idea where we are, how far is it for our campuses. So why is our student choosing UB? As UB, we are leading SUNY institution. What does that mean is we are the largest university. Many of students ask what is a flagship university, because we are a flagship, right? A flagship means that that's the largest, the most comprehensive university for that state. Okay, I think many of you probably heard about the popular name like University of Michigan. You talk about MIT. You heard about like UC, University of California. We are all very different in terms of programs and location, but that definitely gives you an idea. We are the largest, the most comprehensive destination for our students, including American students, international students. To say that is we are very proud, and we hope that you be one of us. Is we are the number 36 public university in the United States. So definitely a good choice when students choosing private university versus public university. One of the significant how you identified it is the tuition cost, right? We are looking for affordable tuition, but we also want to have the prestigious reputation and one of the best school, right? So you can see that top 36, and in the US, there's about 4,500 institutions. So this is like top 1% ranking. And the other thing is that we have the most international students. So after in the New York State as a public university, we currently have the most international student. It is a destination for students to come join us. We currently have a student from 100 plus different countries. I was just in Vietnam for the last couple of days, and we have a lot of students ask me about programs. And this one thing that I want to share as a highlight is New York State government has chosen us become the Empire AI. They spent 400 million USD for our campus to make it as a UB is a home for Empire AI. So AI technology is a thing on campus, and then we're very proud to say that this is something that our students have find it important, especially when choosing a program. As you see here, the entrepreneurship innovators, we have a lot of students study our School of Management. Those are the popular majors that our students choose, and you can see there's a lot of experience things that they can do. We invest to our students. So students that apply to us, we will consider them for any scholarship opportunity. So one thing that important is not just the tuition cost, the prestigious and also program, but having scholarship definitely does support our student to study in the United States. So this is the average scholarship that we offer. There's a lot of alumni around the world. I would have to say that we have about 300,000 alumni across 150 different countries. As you may know, although we're on Zoom right now, I am currently in Ho Chi Minh. I have teammates that currently traveling to other countries. In the last semester, let's say between September, October, and November, our team traveled to 26 countries to visiting our students. So this is very impressive because we want to visit our talented student and make sure that they're getting the information that they need, just like who you are today, to ask us any questions that you may have. One thing is that education is an investment. We invested in you in terms of scholarship, and your parents are investing on you in terms of your tuition. But one of the things is the outcomes, right? Parents, students always ask us about internship or outcomes about job placement. As you may see that our job placement rate is very high. 93% of our students will be employed or going to graduate school after. Here, just give you some videos. Some company names that students I work at. So we're very proud to say that currently we have 5,000 plus international students on OPT from UB. They're working in United States. As you may see, these are just some of the pictures that what our students do. So we're looking forward to welcome our students. And this is a very diverse campus. When we say a very diverse campus, we have individuals from all over the world. We also have students studying different programs. So as you can see, we have 140 different programs, different majors, including concentration that we offer for our high school students. So when you apply, we have many programs that you can choose from. You're welcome to visit our website. Here you can see this is 13 different schools that including art sciences, architecture, dental, engineering school, school of management, law school, nursing, pharmacy, public health, and social work. We are very proud to say that we offer a lot of different majors, and sometimes students like, what do I choose? I thought that I'm only choosing engineering, but they didn't know that we have a couple more they can choose, like material engineering, civil engineering, aerospace engineering, and etc. I think it's very important for students to know the option that you have. The more option you have, the more you can identify who you are and what you want to study. The nice things is not many students in high school can choose what they want to study because it's all the same curriculum. But when you come to UB, you do have an option. You don't have to commit to the major. You have opportunity to change major. That give you the flexibility to choosing your curriculum, because we believe that as a younger student, you might not necessarily know what your future might be yet. So we allow that student to commit the major later on, and you may work with our advisor for choosing classes, choosing your path. As you see here, we have about 20,000 students in the undergrad. They graduate from high school, and then they will be joining us for the 4 years program. Students are usually from New York or California. We also have students from Hawaii. Pretty much we have students from all states, 50 different states, and 109 countries students are represented on campus last year. So we're very proud to say that. Imagine you're traveling from 100 different countries, not even mention just one country. So it is very exciting, and it's a very global classroom. Here is our North Campus. Our North Campus is where majority of our classes are hosted. So 95% of your classes will be hosted here in terms of your majors. And this is our South Campus. Both our North Campus and South Campus do have their own housing. So students can live on campus, and it's only a couple minutes away from your classroom. In South Campus, this is really for students from architecture major, nursing major, pharmacy. So we kind of separate the majors a little bit, depends on what your programs are. And this is the downtown campus. The downtown campus is where our Jacob School of Medicine and Biomedical Science. So if you're a student that interested in biology, biomedical, more in the neuroscience, those kind of major, you'll be placed in our medicine school. So it will be downtown. Each campus is about 15 minutes away from each other, and we do have the transportation for our students to support.
Recording in progress.
And next here, you can see our admissions requirements. Our student, when they apply, we're looking at your high school transcript. We all usually say B or better, so we really depends on if you're going to US curriculum or you're in the Vietnamese curriculum. I would say usually 8 or higher will be a B or better in terms of US grading, but we also look at what high school you are at and also individual subjects when we review your application for your major. So on your application, you can choose your major and we'll determine if you'll be admissible. SAT or ACT is not required. However, it is recommended for scholarship consideration. So if you have the SAT or ACT, we do recommend students to submit that. And then we do want student to submit the teacher recommendation letter and personal essay for the application review. Although this is not required, if you have it, I will recommend the student to submit it. Many of you will be submitting your TOEFL, IELTS, Duolingo test. So here's the English proficiency. So if you have any questions, you can contact us or contact our colleagues. They can help you a little bit with in terms of if you're missable or what you may need to achieve in order to joining us for the next coming semester. So these are the minimum requirements. Of course, we expect students to have a higher, but this is the minimum score that student must achieve for us to be considered your application. Here is our tuition and living cost. The tuition itself is including with the service fee. As you may see, tuition fee, they are combined together. It is a total of $56,000. So it is important for our student to be aware of. Other than you may able to get the scholarship, and this is the cost of attending. So we hope that this is something that will help you in terms of your scholarship. So do study hard. I think it is important to study hard, work hard, because the outcomes will pay off. So I'm just going to show you some pictures about how the campus looks like. So we have a esports system. So this is our esports lounge. I know some of the students like, whoa, this is cool. As you can see, they're doing some gaming. So they're on the competition esport, and student able to use this for this facility as long as you are UB students. We also have different sport program and like a university sport, soccer, basketball, football. It's very exciting, and students can go to the games for free. And we also have different student group, student club for our students. So there's 400 of them. So that's definitely something that fit you. We have fine student like chess, or some student like basketball, soccer, laser tag, or ping pong. So it really depends on what your interests are. There's just so much things to do on campus, and students have found that the campus is very beautiful and it's very large. There's a lot of different activities the students do. You can see this is totally a very American campus. This is the QUY Fest. This is where they play volleyball in the mud. It's a very exciting things that the campus do, and it's a signature event on campus. So you see here we have the International Festa. So there's a lot of different performance from our students. And as you see here is our engineering week. So this is where our students do robotics competition. So for students, if you are interested, the American study style, lifestyle, is there just so much events for you to do, and there's so much clubs you can join from academic, culture, and for fun, for sport. There's a lot of option. As you see here, I think even on the meals, you can see there's American food, you can see Asian food. So we have 39 restaurants on campus. So you can consider that it's like your cafeteria, dining, and canteen. So those are all included with your tuition and meal plan. So we do offer dining and housing on campus. So this is our housing. We have few different housing for our students. We always recommend students to apply housing early. As you may see, this is our dorms, and this is a school bus. So we do have bus transportation for free for all our students. It takes you from the housing to your classroom. To be honest, this is all walking distance. So you taking the bus is 10 minutes, walking is 10 minutes. So it's actually very, very close. Just like when you're in Ho Chi Minh, you're taking a Grab. I was, actually I was just 2 blocks away, and I was like, oh, I could walk, because sometimes the traffic takes longer than walking. So I personally prefer to walk. So this is something that for you to get an idea. We also have other student academic support services. So we have job fairs, job search services, advising to help our students to find their dream job or internship. All those are all paid to the students. So students definitely have opportunity to get that experience while they are here at UB. When the student apply, you will submit the applications, and the application along to couple with requirements. Like I mentioned before, it is the transcript, the test score. We also want to look at your personal essay and letter of recommendation letter. So these are some of the items that students have to submit. And after you submit, we'll review the applications. And here's some important deadline. It is better to apply earlier. This year, our scholarship, we have extended until later. So if you apply now for the next coming fall 2025 in September entry, you can still apply for the scholarship. We do recommend students to decide when you attend on May 1st. So in fact, our students are receiving decisions already. The scholarship is also first come, first serve. We also want students to commit on the housing. We do have a housing deposit in May 1st. This is for us to guarantee your housing to be arrival at our university. So I did give you a lot of informations. This is couple of the link. You can learn about our majors, our programs, and requirement criteria. And of course, this is our Victor. Victor is everywhere. And when you get the acceptance letter, you will see Victor all over your screen. So it's very exciting, and students will see him everywhere. When they come to orientation, they're always taking selfie everywhere. And if you like to go to Instagram, highly recommend you to join us on Instagram. Our student will post a lot of pictures. Right now, I have students traveling everywhere, and they've been posting pictures. I've got my phone is blinking all the time. Yesterday, I have some student that say, "Oh, I met your student already from Hanoi." I'm like, "Wonderful, that's great." So they're like, "We're looking forward to have them to show us the campus." So if you are interested, you can always contact us. We can link you with a student either from your major, from a different country, or from your home country. So then you can get a little bit more information directly from the student than me, because they're the one that in the classroom, they can show you where they go to the lab or what they eat. You know what? I always tell students, they're like, "Can we see your housing? I'm not sure because I never lived by myself. I don't know what to do." And I always tell my student, "Hey, make sure you clean your room before you show your friends." They're like, "It's okay. We are all young students. They don't care." I'm like, "Okay." So let us know, and I'm sure our student can help you with any questions. So I have been talking a lot, and there's a lot of information. I'm going to take a pause here and see if anyone has any questions. I'm going to give it back to you all.
Mọi người có câu hỏi gì cho cô Cynthia không? Trong lúc chờ mọi người thì chị sẽ tóm tắt lại một chút những cái thông tin mà vừa rồi cô Cynthia chia sẻ nhé. Thì với một trường đại học Buffalo ở New York, thì vừa rồi các bạn có thể thấy là cô giới thiệu là trường đại học Buffalo thì nằm New York và cách New York City là khoảng tầm 1 tiếng thôi, cách DC cũng khoảng 1 tiếng bay thôi. Vị trí rất là thuận lợi. Cho nên là nếu như bạn học sinh nào mà lo lắng, hoặc là có quý vị phụ huynh nào ở đây mình lo lắng rằng là ok, không có muốn cho con đi New York lắm bởi vì New York quá là xô bồ và không được an toàn, thì mọi người yên tâm rằng là ở khu vực của trường đại học Buffalo thì rất là tiện cho các bạn. Các bạn nếu mà sau này tìm kiếm cơ hội việc làm, các bạn có thể đến New York City, bay có 1 tiếng ở bên Mỹ là hết sức gần, hết sức bình thường. Và về phần an toàn thì mình yên tâm là trường đại học Buffalo ở khu vực rất là an toàn và không có bị xô bồ. Thêm một cái nữa rằng đại học Buffalo là một trường cực kỳ danh tiếng, thì ở bên Mỹ mỗi một bang đều có hệ thống các trường đại học công lập hàng đầu ở bên Mỹ. Ví dụ như là ở Cali thì có Kansas State này, hay là với New York thì có hệ thống các trường đại học công lập là SUNY, thì Buffalo là một trường đại học siêu high ranking thuộc hệ thống SUNY của New York. National ranking của trường là top 76, với rất là đối với nhóm trường công thì là top 36 những trường đại học công lập hàng đầu ở bên Mỹ. Và với một trường đại học công lập danh tiếng ranking cao như vậy, nhưng mà phần học phí thì rất là hợp lý, thì, khoảng tầm 27-28.000 cho tuition fee thôi, và các bạn có học bổng là up to 12.000 đô một năm. Thì sau học bổng cộng cả ăn ở các thứ vào nữa thì cái cost của các bạn nó sẽ dao động từ 33 cho tới 35.000 đô total. Ok, chị thấy có một bạn Minh Đăng có một câu hỏi là em đang học lớp 12 tại bang Florida, sau này em muốn làm kỹ thuật viên khúc xạ, cho em hỏi bên mình có ngành này không và em có phải học pre không? Minh Đăng ơi, em đang học ở Florida rồi, tiếng Anh của em rất là tốt đúng không? Để truyền tải câu hỏi của em được chính xác hơn thì em có thể bật mic lên để trao đổi với cô được không? So Cynthia, we have one student who now study grade 12 in Florida. Yeah, and I'm asking him to unmute and then he can Q&A with you directly.
Sounds good.
Minh Đăng ơi, em có bật mic được không? Hiện tại em ở bên dorm. Ok. Rồi. Mình không có tiện nói bây giờ luôn đúng không? Cho chị hỏi thêm một chút về GPA của em nhé. Em có thể share cho chị biết là điểm trung bình môn của em là bao nhiêu được không? Thủy ơi, Thủy có thể hỏi thêm bạn học sinh giúp chị được không? Chị đang bị out ra một chút đấy. Chị đang bị cái mạng của chị nó đang quay nên là chị không thấy cái phần nốt. Ok.
Bạn có nhắn là em học IB 6 môn, hiện GPA của em là 3.83. Yeah, GPA là 3.83.
Okay. Cynthia, can you hear me? Okay, so this student is studying grade 12 in Florida and he study IB now. His GPA is 3.83 and he want to study the em muốn học cái Deep Object không, đúng không Minh Đăng? Cụ thể là cái ngành em muốn học là gì? Bạn ấy đã trả lời chưa Thủy ơi? Sao chị không nhìn được phần nốt nhỉ? So I'm asking him what majors he want to study.
Okay.
Em có phải muốn học? Ok. Em cứ gõ nhá. Cụ thể cái ngành em muốn học là gì thì để chị có thể hỏi cô luôn xem là trường có ngành đấy hay không.
Bạn nói là bạn muốn học về kỹ thuật đo khúc xạ, bởi vì nhà bạn có tiệm kính mắt mà sợ là học nhãn khoa thì nặng quá, nên là chắc là chỉ là muốn là làm cái người mà đo mắt kính, đo khúc xạ mắt kính ấy. Em nghĩ là nó là optic.
Dioptric đúng không?
Em nghĩ nó là cái ngành đó đó.
Đợi chị một chút nhé để chị xem có đúng là cái ngành đó không. Cynthia, so I'm not sure about his majors. So this major, his family have the sunglasses shop, and he wants to become a technician who can check the eyes of the patient.
Okay, so
like
she's
a
looking for
dioptric.
optometry.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, so what happened is that student in this major, we do have a program for it. So actually, first of all, you study in Florida. You will apply as international students, and you will submit your transcript. You submit your IB. Is the student, are you doing IB certificate or are you doing IB diploma?
I saw he said that he studies 6 subjects for the IB. So I think this one is for diploma.
Okay. So what I would say that is that we do have the major for it. So in the bachelor level, you'll be studying in biomedical sciences. I can send you all that information. So the GPA is strong. I would say is continue keep up your performance. One of the thing is, since you're already 12th grade, if you apply this year, you will submit all your transcript. We'll review it. And then when you're choosing classes, we're more treating you as a science student because this is what your pathway is going to be. I think more importantly is what kind of program that you're interested in the near future. Definitely what the track that you're going to is important when you go home to work. So I'm going to send you the link so you can see the information about the program in particular.
He don't really want to study like in depth about like become doctor. He just want to become a technician for the, I think, dioptrics.
Okay. So I can send you that information here at my university. So then that will be helpful for you to understand. And again, you don't have to decide right now because you do have a lot of option later. What you really want to do in terms of your education. But on the first year, you'll be taking more general classes first. Basically, we ask the student, if you want to apply, you will, even on those more general, you still have to take some of the science courses. But you can determine when you meet with us, and we'll talk to you about what kind of classes do you have to take for your future.
So do he need to study in the medicine school or just like study?
It's not medical school. It's a different school. So let me just get him the link so he can review it.
Okay, sure. Mình đang chờ một chút xíu nhé. Cô sẽ lấy cái link ngành học cho em để em có thể tham khảo nha. Các bạn khác có câu hỏi gì cho cô nữa không? Thực sự là rất là không có quá là nhiều cơ hội khi mà mình được gặp trực tiếp đại diện một trường đại học danh tiếng như thế này ấy. Nên là các em có câu hỏi gì mình mạnh dạn đặt câu hỏi nha. Hoặc là các bạn học sinh nào mà tiện bật mic lên để trao đổi với cô thì mình có thể trao đổi trực tiếp luôn. Okay. I got another question. So does University of Buffalo accept transfer student, and what is the requirements?
Yes, we do accept transfer students. For transfer student is we looking at 3.0. So is the student transferring from Vietnam or is the student transferring from US?
Both.
Okay. For transfer student transferring from US, the GPA is a 3.0. Really depends on what major. Some maybe requirement is higher. And we also look at how many credits. So if the student is in the US already, going to community college or under university, wanted to transfer, usually we will receive the transcript from your college, and then we'll review your transcript along with your high school transcript. Most of the time we might able to waive your TOEFL, depends on if you're taking English Composition 1. If you have not taken US school college courses and you're transferring from a Vietnamese university, we ask students to take the TOEFL and IELTS for English proficiency. And then we also review student university transcript for the major. So we have to look at how many credits is applied to your major. You don't have to do the same major. For example, you're transferring from Vietnam. Let's say you're in math major and now you're not interested in math. You want to do School of Business. You definitely can do that. So we are more flexible and we do allow students to change your major.
So does University of Buffalo require the third-party evaluation if students study university in another countries outside USA?
So we do. So let's say a student study. We don't require student study in certain country. If you have studied in Canada, Australia, and you want to transfer to us, that's fine. So we also have students from those countries, right? So it's fine. Depends on where you study.
So no third-party evaluation rank.
No.
Okay, great. That's great. Các bạn học sinh khác có câu hỏi gì nữa không? So I'm asking, is there any questions? Minh Đăng, em nhìn thấy cái đường link cô gửi cho em rồi đúng không? Thì chị thấy cái này rất là hay, khá là đúng với cái mong muốn của em. Mình sẽ pre trước nha, mình có thể trao đổi với cả cô advisor khi mà mình sang trường ấy, về cái lộ trình học của mình thì các thầy cô sẽ hướng dẫn em đăng ký môn phù hợp nha. Hiện tại thì deadline học bổng của Buffalo vẫn đang còn, cho nên là em đang học lớp 12 rồi thì mình liên hệ với cả các anh chị bên EduShine để các anh chị put application cho em nhé. Rất nhiều bạn học sinh của chị đã được accepted vào và có học bổng tại trường rồi. Các bạn học sinh khác mình mạnh dạn đặt câu hỏi thêm cho cô nha. Any questions? Okay. Mọi người có câu hỏi gì nữa không ạ?
Các bạn học sinh ơi, nếu như mà mình có bất kỳ câu hỏi nào thì mình có thể là bật tiếng lên để mình trao đổi với cô, hoặc không thì mình có thể là nhắn ở phần chat box ở phía dưới nha. Tất cả mọi người đều có thể là check được và trả lời các cái thông tin của các bạn. Okay, so I have a question. If let's say the student finish and graduate from the bachelor degree from US and UK, it means 3-year bachelor degree. So do you accept that kind of bachelor degree?
Yes, because let's say you graduate from Malaysia, or you graduate from Australia, or you graduate from UK, we do accept the 3 years degree because this is their education curriculum. It is a 3 years program.
So when they apply, do you need to submit the IELTS or TOEFL or just with IELTS and TOEFL?
It varies, depends on where they have studied. So
Okay,
let's say if
you.
they earned the degree from UK and they actually were studying in UK physically, then yes, we can waive the English proficiency.
Yeah. And also because we also get some inquiry about the student who study in let's say in Singapore. In Singapore, but they start in Singapore like grade 10 and they apply to study
Malaysia. We do recommend students. You know what? We do recommend students that English is not the first language to submit that test score. That's also increasing the chance of getting a visa appointment.
And if let's say the student who study diploma in Singapore and they would like to transfer to your school, but they don't have high school diploma, because in Singapore they have a different system, so they accept the student study diploma when they just only finish grade 10 in Vietnam. So they study diploma and then apply and study 2 more years to finish the bachelor degree. So they don't have a high school diploma. So do you accept that kind of student?
So you're saying that the students did not finish high school in Vietnam and then they went to Singapore for diploma. Yes. And then, so what we will do is that student may be getting out one thing is depends on the diploma can meet the requirement for they finish high school and how many education of years. And then if that's the case, we have to look at if there's any credit they transfer in, they can apply. We might need to require more information from them.
Okay.
Yes, in Vietnam, in Vietnam, there are many students who just study grade 10 or grade 11, and then they go directly to Singapore to study like foundation and then diploma, and they get the diploma from Singapore. Yeah. So I think in this case, it is like the best option if we put application right for
So what happened is that in this case, they are not really, they did not receive a bachelor degree yet. A diploma is really like the first 2 years because it's like a junior degree. You could say somewhat compare looks like a community college degree, but that is not. I cannot give you an estimate of credits and how to apply, but they do have more than just a high school, more than a high school.
Okay. So I have another question from the student Vivi. She wants to study animation, and she wants to ask if University of Buffalo require portfolio for the animation majors.
Unfortunately, we do not have an animation major. We do have other programs, but we do not, since we don't have a major called animation, so we don't have the portfolio requirements.
Okay. Lan Anh ơi, chị thấy em có một câu hỏi về design. Cụ thể là em muốn học về design về ngành gì? So we see another questions about design, but let me ask her exactly what kinds of major she wants to study. Graphic design.
Yep. So we do have a graphic design major in our Bachelor of Art. So let me just grab the link here. I can send it to you. So it is in our College of Arts and Sciences. Let me get the program. Graphic design, it's actually a program that we do want students to have a portfolio. So usually they will, on the first year, you will apply for the graphic design major, and then we will have our students to apply that concentration after.
So does Buffalo require portfolio for graphic design?
Not at the time that they apply. This is a graphic design program. One second.
Okay.
Yep.
So I understand that during the first year at Buffalo, students will start learning how to create the portfolio, right? And she wants to ask, like, her background and her academic is so good. And is it possible to have more scholarship outside the main base?
We will review the application. So we do encourage students to send us all the information for application review.
Okay, great. Lan Anh ơi, em có nghe được câu trả lời của cô không? Thứ nhất là cô đã gửi cho em cái link về chương trình học của em nhé, về graphic design. Còn về học bổng thì cô có nói rằng là trường sẽ cần yêu cầu phải review full bộ hồ sơ của em. Và sau khi review xong thì họ sẽ quyết định cái học bổng của mình là bao nhiêu nha. Okay, so any questions? Các bạn học sinh còn câu hỏi gì
các bạn học sinh
không? Okay, I don't see any questions. Các bạn ơi, có bạn nào còn câu hỏi gì cho cô nữa không? Mình có thể bật mic lên nhá, hoặc mình có thể chat vào phần chat ấy. Cynthia, he just say thank you to you, and then I can see you have.
I was just using translation. I'm like, okay, now I know what that means.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I think right now they don't have any question right now, but maybe later on they will have more questions.
Okay. Cynthia, you original from China, right?
Original, I'm from Hong Kong.
I see.
Spent most of the time there. But I would say most of my life is in the US. And I travel a lot, so I'm not sure where I'm from sometimes.
You can you speak Mandarin?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
You know what? I don't speak any Vietnamese, but I realize when people say something in Vietnamese, I can somehow understand. Like, I think it's like tuition, it's like học phí or something like that.
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah,
correct.
So every time someone says something, I'm like, oh, I know what you mean now.
Okay, great.
But I cannot speak Vietnamese yet.
Các bạn học sinh khác có câu hỏi gì nữa không? Nếu mình không có câu hỏi gì nữa thì các bạn giúp chị là trong trường hợp sau khi mà kết thúc buổi webinar ngày hôm nay, buổi chiều ngày hôm nay, nếu các bạn còn bất cứ câu hỏi gì thì các bạn liên hệ với cả các anh chị ở bên EduShine để các anh chị có thể gửi câu hỏi tới cô. Và nếu như nhất là Đăng, ví dụ như mình Đăng em đã học lớp 12 rồi thì em liên hệ với các anh chị EduShine để mình có thể put application nhá. Thực ra đã qua đợt put early application rồi nhưng bây giờ em hoàn toàn vẫn có thể put application cho trường được nữa để trường xét học bổng cho em nha. Ok. Rồi, cảm ơn các bạn học sinh đã dành thời gian tham dự buổi webinar rất là bổ ích của trường đại học Buffalo ngày hôm nay. In case các bạn có câu hỏi gì thì mình cứ vui lòng liên hệ với các anh chị EduShine giúp chị. Thì EduShine là đối tác rất là gắn kết và thân thiết với cả trường đại học Buffalo thì các anh chị sẽ giúp các bạn chuyển câu hỏi tới cô cũng như là put application cho các bạn khi các bạn đã chốt put ask với trường nha. Ok, cảm ơn Thủy và cảm ơn các bạn ở team EduShine đã tổ chức một cái buổi webinar ngày hôm nay. Thank you so much Cynthia for your support today and we do hope that we will have so many applications to University of Buffalo U425.
Thank you so much. Let me know if any questions. I'm sure there's more to come and when students applying because every case could be very different. Thank you.
So on behalf of EduSite, thank you, Miss Cynthia, for your information today, and also thank you, Miss Vân Anh, have time to join our Zoom today. Và các bạn học sinh ơi, thì ở trên màn hình là chị cũng đang có share về các cái văn phòng office của EduSite. Thì ví dụ như là các bạn mà ở bất kỳ cái local ở bất kỳ location nào hoặc là ở bất kỳ thành phố nào thì các bạn hãy tới cái địa chỉ mà gần nhất của các bạn ha. Và đặc biệt là có một cái ưu đãi đặc biệt trong tuần này, bởi vì là cũng nhân chuẩn bị sắp Tết rồi, vì thế nên là trong tuần này nếu như bất kỳ bạn nào mà ký hợp đồng hay là apply hồ sơ vào trường Buffalo, trường của ngày hôm nay, thì các bạn sẽ được miễn phí phí dịch vụ cho cái quá trình mà các bạn làm hồ sơ đi du học Mỹ tại trường Buffalo ha. Rồi, các bạn hãy nhanh tay áp lại cái màn hình địa chỉ ở đây, và nếu như có bất kỳ một câu hỏi nào hay là một cái thắc mắc nào mà các bạn cần hỏi về trường thì các bạn hãy nhanh tay liên hệ với tất cả các tư vấn viên ở các văn phòng, luôn 24/24 có thể trả lời bất kỳ mọi câu hỏi nào của các bạn ha. Rồi, thank you Miss Miss and Miss Vân Anh for your time today.
Okay. Thank you so much Cynthia. Thank you Thủy.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Thank you.
See you.